The last time anyone saw Mark Reeves alive, he was standing at a gas station in rural Arizona, smiling, pumping fuel into his old green Pontiac, and talking about how much he loved the open road. Hours later, his car was found abandoned by the side of Route 93, and inside the trunk, police uncovered something so disturbing it would haunt them for the next 20 years. Mark Reeves was the kind of person who seemed born to travel. Raised in small-town Missouri, he worked as a mechanic, saved his money, and loved nothing more than taking long drives across America. His sister Emily Reeves later said, "He said the road made him feel free, like nobody owned him. He wasn't running from anything, but sometimes I wonder if something was chasing him." In June 1999, Mark set out on what he called his freedom trip, a month-long solo drive from Missouri to California. He carried a stack of maps, a cassette recorder to log his thoughts, and a small leather-bound journal. He promised to send postcards along the way. He never made it. The timeline. June 14th, 1999, 8:12 p.m. Mark stops for gas at a Chevron in Kingman, Arizona. CCTV shows him calm, chatting briefly with a clerk. June 14th, 1999, 11:37 p.m. A truck driver notices Mark's Pontiac pulled over on a dark stretch of Route 93, headlights off, nobody inside. June 15th, 1999, 2:15 a.m. Highway Patrol investigates the vehicle. The driver's seat is empty, but the trunk is latched shut. Inside, police expect tools, luggage, maybe a spare tire. Instead, they find something far stranger: the trunk. Inside Mark's trunk lay 3 objects: his leather-bound journal, its last pages filled with frantic, almost illegible handwriting, a small VHS camcorder with the tape still inside, and a burlap sack, tied shut with electrical wire, damp with something dark. The sack was sent to the lab. What was inside it terrified even hardened investigators. But before revealing the contents, the video shifts into Mark's voice through his journal entries. June 11th, 1999, New Mexico. Saw a man on the side of the road today. Not hitchhiking, just standing. Same spot for miles. Every time I glanced in the mirror, he was there again. How? Must be the heat playing tricks. June 12th, Arizona border. I pulled over to rest, woke up to knocking on the trunk. I laughed it off. Dream, I guess, but I swear I heard it. June 13th, Route 93. Whoever's following me, I saw him again. Black coat, no face. I'm driving faster now. Don't feel safe. The camcorder footage. Detectives played the VHS tape found in his trunk. It showed Mark, pale and exhausted, recording himself in a motel room. If you're watching this, something's wrong. I can't shake it. I think someone's in the car with me. I hear them at night, in the trunk, scratching, breathing. I don't know how to explain this. The tape cuts off with sudden static. Police report. Arizona Daily Sun, June 17, 1999. Authorities investigating the disappearance of Mark Reeves have not released details of items recovered from his vehicle. A spokesperson described the case as deeply unsettling and confirmed that federal investigators have been consulted. The sack. When the lab results came back, the case turned nightmarish. Inside the burlap sack were bones. Human bones. Small ones, belonging to a child no older than 8. Detective Harold Gaines later recalled, "It wasn't just what was in the sack. It was the fact that Mark's fingerprints were all over it. And yet, the bones were decades older than him." This discovery flipped the case from a missing persons report into something darker. The family's struggle. Mark's family refused to believe he had anything to do with the bones. His mother, through tears. Mark loved kids. He wanted a family someday. If those bones were in his car, someone put them there. Someone wanted him to carry that burden. But then came another breakthrough. Forensics and the DNA revelation. In 2012, DNA testing revealed the bones belonged to Sarah Kellerman, a girl who went missing in 1962, 37 years before Mark's trip. Her disappearance had been unsolved, buried in old case files. How did her remains end up in his car in 1999? In 2019, during a cold case review, authorities discovered a second tape tucked inside Mark's camcorder bag. On it, he's driving, tears streaming down his face. "They won't let me stop, whoever they are. Every time I pull over, the knocking starts again. I opened the trunk today. God forgive me, I didn't want to, but it's there. She's there. I didn't put it there. Please, if anyone finds this, I didn't do this. They did." The case remained unsolved until 2021, when a retired park ranger cleaning out storage boxes at Hoover Dam found something chilling. A lost police evidence photo never filed. It showed Mark's trunk, the burlap sack beside it, and behind the car, barely visible in the dark desert scrub, stood a tall man in a black coat. When investigators tried to trace the photo, the negative was missing. No officer admitted to taking it. The official record still lists Mark Reeves as missing, presumed deceased. But skeptics, police, and even Mark's family agree on one thing. Whatever haunted him on Route 93, it didn't end with him. Mark Reeves set out to see America, to chase freedom on the open road. Instead, he became part of a mystery that spans decades, connecting the disappearance of a young girl in 1962 to an abandoned Pontiac in 1999. The bones, the tapes, the photo, they remain pieces of a puzzle that may never be solved. And somewhere along Route 93, travelers still whisper about the man who vanished and the trunk that should have never been opened.